waters, and here's the trouble with cold waters. You never know when you encounter something that you really don't want to encounter. So I am attempting to infiltrate deep behind Russian lines in the 1984 campaign. I've got a package of cruise missiles to deliver to a target. Yeah, I'm going to drop 8 cruise missiles on a target's head. Fantastic. And I'm on my way. I've been intercepted by a Soviet anti-submarine, I guess, squadron. 2 warships, and this Krivak he's got my number, shall we say. Now, I don't think he can detect me right now. He certainly got something from me a few minutes ago. I don't know that I can really evade this guy. And this Riga frigate with a buck tow. Very noisy. Yeah, he's not wrong. The Krivak is concerning me. Rocket launched torpedoes. He is well capable of tackling the narwhal. And that's the thing with this game, is it's slow paced until it's not. So I am trying to just step away here. I'm presenting my tail to him. It's not ideal. He's getting his smallest return possible. I don't think he can hear me in active sonar. But if I deploy a torpedo and rush it towards him, he's going to know that I'm here. Like he doesn't already know. Okay, he's turning away now. What's this Riga doing? 10 knots. Not really not able to kind of sniff me right now. But the Krivak certainly seems to have an idea that I'm around. Okay, he's turning away. Wonder if I can see him. Yes, I can. Oh, there's ice in the area too. That is interesting. What's this Krivak got? So it's got surface to surface, they're not surface to surface. SSN, surface to surface naval. It drops a torpedo, and it's got torpedoes. And RBU 6000 is a rocket launched. Is it torpedo or is it depth charges? Depth charges. Okay. Plus guns. So yeah, he's a nasty piece of work. Not the nastiest, to be fair, but you wouldn't. I would rather not tackle this. Not with my armor, and I'm really wanting to get these cruise missiles to my target. It's fairly early in the war. On the other hand, do I really want to let an see? Would I really want to let these guys go? I don't have that much depth. It's slowing down. This is not great. Still can't hear me though. Okay, now slow down, so now I might be able to. Well, not yet. So contact information here. Minus 12 decibels on the active. That means he needs about typically 10 decibels before he knows that I'm here. And he's getting that way. I mean, the alternative is I pop up, make my presence known. He's going to attack me, and I'm going to attack him. But the Riga, he's 11,000 yards away. The Riga is 30,000 yards. It'll take this vessel some time to reach me. What's this thing's speed? Excuse me. 28 knots. No, wait, wrong one. 34 knots. Yeah, it's a modern warship. 28 knots is not that impressive. At 34 is something. It dropped to 5 knots. I am quiet, but I'm vulnerable here. I can't move away that quickly. Well, you know what? Let's try it.
Make turns for 1,
Let's see what happens.
0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I might lose him in my baffles. That's completely fine, but
Turns for 1, 0.
yep, I did. Okay. That's not completely fine now I think about it. It might be, though. Let's just accelerate time and see what happens, because if I can get away, if I, deeper water is this, I'm going to head more west.
Come left
Deeper
2,
water, that's going to give
6, 7, helm
bigger
aye.
profile for active
Calm
sonar.
helm, steady course.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
Right, let's check in and see. So 3 decibels right now, it's reckoning. Okay, he's moving away from me. I might have evaded. Looks like he's turned away from me. I'll try and escape the battle. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want to. In the ideal world, I don't want to tangle with these guys just yet. Let me deliver my cruise missiles to the target, but right now I don't want to tangle. Okay, great. Leave combat. Yep, we know. They escaped. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't going for it. So I've got to get to. I'll change less. I'm taking it slow here. I only want to go a little bit quicker, I think, at first. I think I'm okay. Oof. That bear will have spotted me. Right. Okay. This is time to deploy those cruise missiles. So I'm going to do a little bit of a thing you can do in the game, where you can change your weapons before you engage the targets. So let's do that. Give myself four cruise missiles, and
On sonar lost.
Rig shift for ultra
yeah,
quiet.
I was traveling at 20 knots. That's not good. So let's get my depth to 200. I think what I want to do is deploy the. Oh, that's not good. The first 4 cruise missiles I wanted to fire almost immediately, but if this thing's in the way and if this thing has anti-missile guns, I can't do that. It's going to shoot them down. I'm going to fail my mission. Let's see, what is this? What do we think this is? It's not a submarine, okay. I'm expecting it to be just a small to mid-sized Russian escort vessel. And I'm not sure what that is. Oh, yes I am. It's one of these. So it's just a cargo ship, it looks like. Great. So it's got no weapons, so to speak, of, and this one's a little different. Is that a trawler? Okay. Wonderful. So I think I'm able to actually just fire immediately onto the target. And then I will need to escape. So I want to head west. And now I'm going to escape as soon as I'm able to. Leave battle. So I've got to be at 200 feet. I'm almost at 200 feet right now. And I really probably want to be moving away from the base. So I suppose I should do is head west. And you can fire when you're moving right, so okay. I'm going to go ahead and launch these. So that's... Whoa, okay. What's the new contact first? Looks like it's just another troll. No, wait. Okay, there it is. Because there's a chance that this thing is going to be able to intercept my missiles. So it looks like I've got 3 lines here and maybe another 2 here. I really want to identify what this is, but just in case it's a warship with missile guns. I'm not seeing what that is. Oh, maybe I am.
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Right, well, I'm going to go ahead and fire. So, space, right mouse F, space, right mouse F, space, right mouse F, space, right mouse F. Let's load up another 4 cruise missiles. Here they go. I'm going to watch some of them firing. And it's going to be so obvious. I basically just told the entire Russian Navy, hello chaps, fancy a cup of tea? I really want to watch these just to make sure that they don't get intercepted. We might even see the target, the cargo vessel. Look at that beauty. It's a pretty cool feature. In fact, I can ripple fire 4 of them. Okay, let's accelerate time.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Con, helm, steady course.
Let's be turned on the right course. Trawler's gone from sensors.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready. Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Right, that was a helicopter. We just heard. Okay, much as cool as this is, I'm going to go ahead and fire the others.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir. Shoot
Okay,
tube 1.
it's got those down there. Alright, I'm not going to necessarily watch them. Here's me boat. I want to get down a lot deeper. Let's go down to 400 feet.
Depth 400 feet. Dive on.
I am going to reload because you never know what's actually out here. I got a horrible feeling there's something bad out here. Just put my speed to 10 knots. Zoom in here.
Knots. Maneuvering eye.
So there's sonar in the area. That's what those little yellow lines are.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 1.
Seeking me sonar. And now we wait and see what happens. Because what could possibly happen, right? Okay. I can switch to this view, which shows me a helicopter. And I don't know where this helicopter is, but I can bet you it's heading towards me.
Torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Is there just one? So there's just one enemy air asset in the area. That's good. But he's going to be heading my way.
Dive at 400 feet. Dive on.
I bet he's carrying torpedoes under the hood in there, and that's possibly a magnetic anomaly detector. There's going to be a dipping sonar in here, and I bet you 2 or 4 torpedoes. And they're only small torpedoes. They don't have the greatest of range or depth
Torpedo room, tube
or
2
endurance ability, but that doesn't matter. They can still really make a mess of my day. So I need to get out. Let's bump the speed up to 15 knots.
1, 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Take another look at this target. Sometimes cargo ships will
Making turns for 1.
turn away. Yeah, I really don't get. Looks like it's the same signal. Okay, not going to worry too much about that. Let's just book it. We really want to run. We want to make a run for it. We don't want to engage the enemy unless we have to. And right now, I don't think I have to. Kind of cheating that I can do this.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Not seeing anything on the horizon. Not hearing anything either. Let's just switch to the helicopter view. Yep, nothing to see there. That's completely fine. Okay. Right. Well, here we are, plugging along at 15 knots, heading away from where we were. And the hope is that by the time the helicopter gets close to my location, I'll put a bit of distance between me and it, and if I need to, I'll drop to silent running and reduce my noise. But right now, I don't think I have any real threat. I'm really wary of saying that.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Okay, so that's all my tubes loaded. This may be a bit of an anticlimactic video because we may have just managed to pull this one out of the bag. Alright, let's accelerate time. I'm going to switch to this view here. So this cargo vessel appears to be still heading towards me, making lots of noise. Is it still a cargo vessel? Well, something seems to have killed the Accelerate time, yeah, okay. Okay, I just switched to the port being hit by my cruise missiles. And more of them coming in. Yay. That'll teach you. I'll poke an eye in the US's face, or don't try and sink a US submarine. Look at that wonderful sight. Now, that's only 4 though. I did launch 8, so are there going to be 8 more? Well, alright, so this guy is turning away. It's a bit of a juicy target, to be fair. Or Soviet insignia on there. I mean, he's... Oh, that's bad news. Okay, so he's turning away, and that is behind him. So the helo is somewhere over here. Okay, I see it. It's there. It seems to be coming at me. Maybe not quite. Well, here he goes with his dipping sonar. Okay, let's switch to ultra silent running. Goes his dipping sonar. Okay, now he's listening, and I'm already silent running. Ultra quiet. Okay, well, that's we may, as I say, we may have pulled this one out the bag. I don't think I can even see. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe this is it here. If you can see this, depending on how much YouTube compresses the video. Oh no, it's there. Yeah, so I can see the microphone. Question is, does he detect me? Can he hear me? I'm going to accelerate time. I feel lucky. Oh, some more cruise missiles coming in, and wonderful. That's 1 strike. That looks like 3 here. That's 5. So we've got 3 others that should be arriving any second. But nothing yet. That's a little worrying. If 5 made it, I don't think that counts as a victory. Well, I was really concerned about getting out of dodge. Right, well, switch to accelerate time again. Not that much going on. Okay. What's that? Something kicked me out of accelerate time. Now that happens when something detects you, or something suspicious, I think, happens on the sonar. I'm going to see if we can leave the battle. Okay, that's probably why. That's another cruise missile strike. So that is 6, I think. So that's 3. I only see 3 strikes here. Let's see if we can leave the battle. We can. So a lot of warships, or ships that didn't detect us and vice versa. So let's see. Okay, great. So we've succeeded in our primary mission. Now let's see what the next mission is. Distinguished Service Medal 4. Exceptionally meritorious service as commanding officer, USS Narwhal, SSN 671, and Numpty steadfast devotion and superior tactical decisions have consisted. Okay, so the long and short are that the US Navy thinks that a plucky little British guy did an amazing, upstanding job of sneaking around behind enemy lines and delivering cruise missiles to the target. So, speaking of which, our Changelesque hit. Military installations in and around, why do they have to choose such a difficult name, have suffered extensive damage in what witnesses have called a massive attack by conducted NATO. Numerous fires kept burning throughout the night and seem yet not to have been brought under control. So the Soviet Union accused NATO leadership and officers of war crimes and other atrocities, yada yada yada. Civilian populations in wake of recent attacks, denying the claims. Pentagon say it's Soviet propaganda. So okay, well, strike was successful. What do we do now? Recent Soviet port activity indicates a wolf pack of enemy cruise missile submarines will sail from Murmansk within the next 2 to 4 days and likely attempt to transit the Denmark Strait, after which they will likely interdict a NATO convoys in the Atlantic. Yes. Be advised, enemy SSGNs likely escorted by one or more attack submarines. Okay. So cruise missile submarines are generally bigger, noisier, less capable in some respects, but still don't underestimate them, and they often have a quieter boat with them. Locate and sink the cruise missile submarines. That's implying there's more than one. Okay. And Murmansk, I mean, it happens to be on my way home, so I'm going to clearly have a go here. Right, let's get out of here as quickly as we can. Great. Murmansk is just to my south. And did we just reach? No. And we want to avoid. So this right overflies me. And I don't know whether this is my target or not. I think it might be. Okay. Let's see if this is my target. It may well be. So I'm going to close to 15,000 yards. We're equipped as we want to be. The reason why I go with 15,000 yards is it's close enough so the battle isn't too long and drawn out, but it's also not so close, 10,000 yards, that you're pretty much sitting on their lap. Let's see what we find. Alright, so I'm going to go ultra quiet immediately. 135, which is here. Let's take a look. Actually, let's bring up conditions first. So I can go deep. That's good. Right, what is this? I'm going to keep aspect side on to the target, so my towed arrow gets the best result. Let's see what this might be. It might be a surface contact. It might not be the actual submarine. No, I don't think it is. It's not the submarine I'm looking for. These aren't the droids you're looking for. It's close to an Echo 2, but it's not. It's not a ballistic missile. Okay. So I don't know what that is. It doesn't appear to be a submarine. Although that's just updated. No, I don't think it's a submarine. Okay. Which is worrying me because it was a submarine contact. So what is out there that I can't actually see? Okay. I'm close to jumping up to periscope depth. We've got a pretty good track on it already. It's a merchant vessel, okay. Let's put myself down to 600 feet. Let's get a little bit away from the surface and see if we can hear just a little bit better about what's going on around us. So I think it was somewhere to the target was to the south of us, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where it still is. So I don't necessarily want to head south right now. But if I'm moving away from the target, I probably should. So yeah, let's go ahead and head south. Let's descend, head south, and just keep listening. Maybe we'll pick something up. Bit of accelerate time there. This merchant's not a combatant. Okay. Got my course and depth set. Just need to wait now. Quite a quiet sea. Still nothing. Still nothing. Alright, I'm gonna track my course southwest,
Come right
more or
to
less southwest, see if we pick anything up.
Helm I.
And we might hear something, maybe.
Con, helm, steady course. Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2.
Oh, hello.
Bearing
What's Sierra 2?
0, 2. Come right to 2, 8, 4. Helm I.
I am gonna put money on the fact that that is a submerged target. I'm gonna turn towards it.
Helm, steady course.
Okay.
Con, sonar, regained contact on. Sierra 2. Bearing 3, 0, 4.
Took myself out of accelerate time. It's faded again. So whatever it is
Come right to 3, 2.
difficult
3,
to hear.
Helm I.
I'll turn a bit more towards it. Yeah, this thing's quiet. That's not a good sign. Okay,
Con, helm, steady course.
still not got it yet. Turn a little bit more port side. I'll do this one manually. Let's head west, and then we'll head north if we pick nothing up. Okay, still nothing. Gonna head north. Okay. Still nothing. And just sometimes you just don't seem to pick up the bad guys. And it's tempting to use active sonar and you will most definitely start a fight. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, other than if you start a fight, you might bite off more than you can chew, and it's probably going to be escorted. Assuming that this is indeed...
Sonar, new contact bearing 337. Designated
Okay.
Sierra 3.
Step myself out of accelerated time. What is number 3? What is target 3? Let's choose submarines here, see if we can pick up what this might be. It's almost a foxtrot. Oh, it might be a foxtrot. No, not quite. It's not a Romeo, it's not a whiskey. What is that? See, these sound lines here don't quite match, but the other side, they do. I do not know what that is. I'm going to head to the surface. I'm going to go to periscope depth. I'll pop up the radar possibly and just see if we can detect surface contacts. It will filter those out for me very effectively. Now, you will broadcast your location. I don't think it's something you'd really do in wartime. You'd rely on your sonars, but I kind of want this to be... It's a trawler. I want this to be a more interesting...
Is classified as merchant.
more interesting mission than just me flown around, not actually accomplishing anything, because that would just be embarrassing. Alright, well, let's accelerate time back up to towards the surface. Still not picking up sonar contact 2, Sierra 2. Let's turn a bit more towards it then.
Left to 299. Helm I.
Okay, now periscope depth. So,
Upscope, raise the radar
let's
mast.
take a look. Well, there's nothing pointing a radar in my direction.
Make depth 458, dive by.
Calm seas. There's not much to really see. I'm not going to spend too long on that view. I don't think I need to, but yeah, there's nothing going on up there. Okay. So those contacts are outside of my range then. Okay, well,
Lower the radar mast.
it's not likely that the Russian boat would be on the surface with periscope up, so there's not much benefit to having my radar up. And I would detect the radar emissions before I would detect it on radar. So
Con, helm, steady course.
let's go ahead and accelerate time. Let's just bob around. I think I want to maybe try going deep. Get down to 1,000 feet.
Make depth 1000 feet, dive by.
Okay, almost to 1,000 feet. There we go.
Con, dive at 1000 feet, dive by.
I could also try the sprint and drift. All that means, it's not really sprint and drift, but I'd crank my speed up to maybe 20 knots, scoot along for a bit, and then cut it back to 5 knots and just deploy the towed array. So contact, yeah, we've done that. Let's go through here. 135 Sierra 1, we've already identified Sierra 1. I think we will do that. Let's pump the speed up to 20 knots for just a little bit.
Make turns for 20 knots.
Yep, that's fine. Releasing boat from... Yeah, interesting, it says releasing ship from ultra quiet, but this is not the ship, this is a boat. I mean, I like boats. So not a ship. Okay, well, it's me hacking along. I don't think I need to worry too much about that right now. Let's turn that view off. So we've covered, what, 8,000 yards? Alright, let's go back to ultra quiet.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3.
Picked up the trawler, which I'm going to assume is... It says 30,000 yards away. Still no idea what Sierra 2 is. Okay, I think I'm just going to switch to active sonar. It's going to let all the bad guys know pretty much exactly where I am, but it might give me a clue as to where they are. So,
Con sonar switching to active search.
active sonar it is. Okay. So far, nothing. Obviously, you hear my sonar, but so far, nothing. Okay. Nothing at all. NATO or American active sonar technology is not as good as the Russian active sonar technology, but conversely, their passive isn't as good as my passive.
Sonar, torpedo,
Oh,
torpedo in the water. Bearing
that's not good news. What the heck happened there? Yeah, I gotta dive. I'm already at depth.
Con sonar switching to passive search.
Yeah, and it spotted me. Great.
Make turns for 25 knots. Maneuvering us.
So what the heck spotted me, and where on earth was it? Because now I've got a big problem on my hands.
1100 feet.
Con sonar lost contact.
2.
Sierra 3. Last bearing
Did
0.
something
1.
drop?
Passing 1200 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna stop my descent. I think this thing's coming around, it's gonna pick me up. Oh, it might be okay. Now, a rocket launched torpedo can be launched by a submarine, so it may not be a surface vessel. I'm actually below my test depth, but I'm not aware about that right now. Let's keep this thing going. If I have to evade this torpedo, then I'm going to need to, and you're going to need my speed. Oh boy. I don't actually know where the target is, but he has a pretty good idea where I am. Then he's got a little surprise for me. Alright, I'm going to track north. Yep, this torpedo behind me has picked me up. Okay. I figured it would because I'm moving, I'm noisy, and I'm moving away from it, but I'm appearing in its sensor cone, so okay, that's fine. We'll do some torpedo evasion techniques. I'm okay with that. We're going to give it a knuckle first of all, so we're going to do a little bit to port, like so, and then we're going to do hard to starboard,
Knuckle formed.
like so. And I'm not going to
Maneuvering. Making turns.
completely change my depth just yet, because I got a feeling that other torpedo might pick me up. Okay, here comes the other torpedo. It's come around behind me again. Slight turn to starboard, like so, and then turn to port. Here's a knuckle. Let's ascend. I have got to be the fart in the bath.
Passing 1,300 feet.
I'm turning towards it. I want to close the distance to try and get outside of its sensor cone.
1,200
This
feet.
may not work. No, it hasn't worked. Okay. I'm still going to keep climbing.
100 feet.
I don't think it can climb with me.
Passing 1,000 feet.
No, it really can't. So I'm going to keep the thing climbing and let's reverse my turn. You probably wouldn't do this in basic air combat, but we're not in air combat, we're in
Passing 700
torpedo
feet.
combat.
Passing 600 feet.
Right. Hey, there we go.
Passing 500 feet.
Alright, I'm going to turn away from this thing. Is it still running deep? It blew up. Okay, silent running.
Quiet.
Ultra quiet. I want to head in this direction,
Come right to.
roughly northwest, towards Sierra 2, and let's just see what happens. Do we pick anything up?
Con, helm, steady course.
Bit of accelerate time action going on now. Still nothing. It's clearly a distance away from me if it had to launch missile torpedoes in my direction. I'm going to poke the bear.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Active sonar again.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 048.
So, see how on my sensor display here, my active sonar against this trawler is not picking it up, but my passive is, and my towed array is as well. Still have not gotten any response from the Russian boat.
Come right to 3.
Change my heading again.
Helm I. Cons, con, helm, steady course.
Okay,
Con
that
sonar,
was something.
switching to passive search. Come left to 2.
Something to my
1,
south-southwest.
Con sonar regained
Oh,
contact
the hello.
on Sierra 2,
There
bearing
you are.
246.
Alright, what are you? I think you're a Charlie 1.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
That would make sense. You've got, yep, we've seen those. High subsonic cruise missile. Okay, and not sure if that's relevant. If that's relevant to me, but either way, okay. It's the shark teeth.
Con, helm, steady course.
All right. So we've picked up what we believe is a Charlie 2. That's a cruise missile carrying boat. So that's good news. What's its depth? It's diving, but it was pretty close to the surface. Okay. 22,000 yards. I'm going to accelerate time. Hopefully I'm just vanished. Oh, he's coming right at me. Oh, this will be fun. He's changing his depth to see if he can get a fix on me, I think. 10 knots. He's not going outrageously fast. He's not going to get a return. So that's good. Describe as semi-noisy. Active sonar's getting a much better return. I really want to keep facing this as much as I can. There we go. Matching my course here towards his bearing in the bottom left and little command console here. So what we're trying to do is point my nose right at him, give me the smallest aspect I can for his active sonar if he decides to ping me again, which right now he's not. I don't want to go too deep, but let me go up to maybe 300 feet. It looks like he's coming right at me at some speed, but I don't think he is. It's just as we get a much better 5,000 yards. Make torpedo tube number 1 active. Okay. 4,000 yards. I'm thinking I want to turn away soon. I want to drop a torpedo in his face, and then maybe... Logically I want to turn north, but I might just end up turning south. I have no idea which way he's going to turn. I want to turn the same way and close the distance, I think. Three and a half thousand yards. Well, one of us is going to have to blink. He's out there somewhere. He's still close to the surface. I don't know why he's doing that. So I think he's nuclear powered. Yeah. And for nuclear, okay. So he doesn't need to be near the surface. My intention here is I want to drop a torpedo in his face, and then I want to turn away. I'm probably going to turn south. And as I do, I'm going to dive. 2,500 yards. It's like an offset pass right now. I want to turn in front of him. On the other hand, I want to get as close to him as I can, so I might not turn at all. Just head right at him. Just charge. So if I can get underneath him and round him, or oh yeah, 2,000 yards. He's very close. Well, a surprise for you, sunshine. Yeah, he's Victor 3. Okay, I was wrong on my ID. He has so got to see me. Surely. There he is. Right, I'm going to fire at him. Right here. It's going to go active almost immediately. There we go. Drop.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yep, I know. That's completely fine. Right, there's his torpedo going right over my head, and he spotted me. Okay. It spotted me, I should say. That's fine. Let's release the noisemaker. Turn hard to port, now hard to starboard. Dive. We gotta get real deep. Let's reload that tube whilst we're at it. Got all that activity above us. Alright, leveling up. Let's see if these torpedoes don't spot me, and if I'm lucky, they're going to go for each. They're all going to go for the enemy target. The Victor 3. What is a Victor 3? I know it seems like I'm very relaxed right now, but I don't think it's going to get me. pretty sure I've defeated his torpedoes.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready. Rig ship for
Switch to ultra quiet right now. Yeah, it's a modern vessel. Okay.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 086.
Now he's using active sonar, so
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
this torpedo's concerning me somewhat, this one here. But I think they're actually tracking the Victor 3, who's managed to avoid everything so far. I don't know how. I'm impressed. How has it not gotten hit by a torpedo yet? Impressive captaining there.
Con sonar.
Hey, there we go.
Contact Sierra 2.
Alright.
Last bearing
So,
052.
that's
Contact breaking up.
That struck him. He's now going to sink, and then the other torpedoes are going to dive down and follow him. Now that's not good news, because as he starts to sink, the other torpedoes will also track him down, track him south. This other one, these two have, yeah, they're not a threat, but this one is. So he really needs to strike this sooner, because if he keeps following him down whilst this torpedo's diving, then this torpedo is going to end up detecting me. May end up detecting me. But I also need to keep stealthy, just in case there's another submarine out here somewhere. Yeah, it's not going to... I don't think it's going to reach him. I need to put a bit of distance between me and it. I'm only a couple of thousand yards. This might end in tears, but I'm going to crank it. I got to get some I don't want to be a victim of this torpedo, and if it does detect me, great. I mean, I'm at least traveling further away from it. Yeah, look at that. So it's detected me already. Great. Well, I took the right decision to turn up my speed before I did, because I think, yeah, it's using active sonar. But wow. Ask me how I was expecting this. You can probably guess. Alright, well, some torpedo evasion then. So let's dive down. Okay. Tap that. It's going to be coming right up behind me. I'm okay with that.
passing 1,300 feet.
Alright, that's my test depth. Going to turn slightly to port. Like so. And we're going to turn starboard and ascend. And I'll drop a noisemaker.
Passing 1,300 feet.
I was hoping it would create a knuckle, but I wasn't going fast enough. Interestingly, it turned to starboard as well, so I want to try and turn it inside its circle.
Passing 1,200 feet.
Come on, climb, climb, climb. Okay, we've climbed above it. Great.
Passing 1,100
Let's level up. I was only a couple of hundred feet, but it turned out it was enough.
Passing 1,000 feet.
Okay, let's go. I've got to get far enough away from it, and
900 feet.
let's actually stop my ascent right now. I think it's picked up. No, it hasn't picked up the wreck. Let's turn towards the wreck, I think, just in case. See, this might end up in tears if it does detect me again, but I can dive down and try and aim towards my vanquished foe at the bottom of the ocean there. And if I need to, try and decoy the torpedo by basically diving down towards the wreck and turning away with a knuckle and seeing if the other torpedo that's hunting me right now will detect the wreck of the Victor. It looks like it's tracking towards it, so I'm gonna knuckle away and head north.
Knuckle formed.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's knuckle up, head. I'm actually gonna go northwest, I think. So there may be another target out here. But either way, I want to escape the area. Going to keep the throttle firewalled and let this torpedo tackle that Victor 3. I don't think there'll be anyone left alive in the boat at the bottom of the ocean. It's a shame. I like boats, just not ones with great big holes in them. Okay, I might be overusing that, but hey, boats is fun, right? We're about to watch this take another big hole in this boat. There we go. All right.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet. Let's head up to periscope depth, I think. Okay, that appears to be the end of the engagement, so I'm going to see if I can conclude this now. Let me see. I can. So leave combat, and the Charlie 2 was undetected. That's a shame. I probably failed the mission. Well, hopefully this video didn't fail your entertainment, and if you liked it, you know what to do. Go ahead and click like, and if you didn't, I'm very sorry, but go ahead and click dislike. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.